My name is Tananarive Due. I'm an executive producer on the documentary Horror Noire, A History of Black Horror, but I'm also a horror novelist. I've been publishing since 1995, now a screenwriter, and I teach Black horror and Afrofuturism at UCLA.
Can you tell us, first of all, what that course entails at UCLA?
Sure. Afrofuturism is sort of all encompassing. It's a term that more people are familiar with. It's basically the Black speculative arts, science fiction, fantasy, horror, magical realism, all the imaginary storytelling through a Black lens. Black horror is a subset of Afrofuturism. And after Jordan Peele's blockbuster movie Get Out came out in 2017, I asked my department chair if I could teach a course entirely on Black horror called The Sunken Place.
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Even when you mentioned Get Out, that was definitely a movie that I rushed to go see in theaters, and I was super uncomfortable because I felt like a lot of the subject within that movie is a lot of things that, I myself had discussed within my own family. And two, it was a brilliant take on what we are experiencing within racism alone.
And it's really one of the best examples of how horror can be used to shine a light on real life social issues.
Definitely agree with you. And when it comes to horror noir, why do you believe this was such an important project to be created in the first place?
Well, I was just thrilled to be invited to be a part of that documentary. The producers, Kelly Ryan, Phil Nobile Jr., they all came to me and asked me if I would be an executive producer. So that was a dream come true. Ashley Blackwell is on there, the director, Xavier Bergen, because as a lifelong Black horror fan, it was the same reason I wanted to teach my course. It just was an opportunity to show the power of Black horror, starting with Get Out, which had been the most recent one, but going back to like the way back, Son of Ngagi back in 1940, Rusty Cundiff's Tales from the Hood back in the 90s, Eve's Bayou, just as a way to pay homage to those filmmakers who are really fighting the good fight.
And you also said in the documentary, Black history is Black horror. And that was just so true, but devastating to hear. So what I want to know is, why do you believe a film like Get Out, for example, needed to be seen internationally for people who aren't Black to really understand the reality for us?
Get Out really does have that gift that if you're a Black viewer, it makes you feel seen and validated and like, oh my gosh, that's what I felt like. And as a white viewer, to give you a window into an experience that you're not accustomed to. I'm really excited about the new Horror Noire anthology film that Shudder AMC is doing, because it's a lot of different voices, a lot of different storytellers, different stories. Everybody is involved in this, and it's a cross section of horror that is everything from racism as the monster to the characters just happen to be Black, but here's a story that's told from maybe an African-American mythology that you don't know about.
I cannot wait to see it, but what else can you tell us about the upcoming series?
Well, it's 6 stories. 3 of them are adapted, which I'm very excited about as someone who's been publishing since 1995. And there's another short story called Bride Before You by a very new writer named Stephanie Malia Morris. And I'm so excited for her that she doesn't have to wait almost 30 years, right, for her first adaptation. That'll show you just a great example of how things have changed. But also Victor Laval, who has been a very highly respected horror writer for years, is writing a script. And we have other scripts by Al Letson, Ezra Clayton Daniels, and then the Bride Before You script is actually being adapted by a fantastic writer named Chernold Edwards. And I co-wrote 2 episodes with my husband, Stephen Barnes. And it's just so exciting to be a part of a group effort.
If we want to keep updated with everything amazing that you're doing, how can we do so?
I have a website at tananarivedue.com. Also, that Sunken Place class that I teach at UCLA is also available online for students who aren't in UCLA, who just want to take it for fun, at www.sunkenplaceclass.com. And I'm super excited for everybody to see the Horror Noire anthology that's coming out in October.